तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जग्यमं व्यक्तं यत्किञ्चित् सच्चराचरं तत्परं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। भावचेयपि यत्सर्वं त्रिलोक्यं सच्चराचरं तत्परं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्न विरचिताम्बरम्बुजः विरतम्बुजसो तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चैतन्य शाश्वत शान्तो व्योमचित्तो निरञ्जनः बिन्दुनादाकलातीर्थ ज्ञानशक्ति समारूढः तत्त्वमाला विभूषितः मुक्तिप्रदाता च तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्म सम्प्राप्त कर्मबन्धविदायिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। शोषणं भावसिन्धोश्च व्यापनं सारसम्पदः गुरुपादोनकं सम्यक् तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। न गुरोरादिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरादिकं तपः तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। मानतः श्री जगन्नाथ मद्गुरु श्री जगद्गुरुः ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुरादिरनादिश्च गुरुपरमदैवतं गुरुपरतरं नास्ति तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव। Swami Vishwananda, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe 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 Shyam, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe 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 Shyam, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe 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 Shyam, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe 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 Shyam, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe 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 Shyam, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe Shyam, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe Shyam, Sachitananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe Shyam. Swami Vishwananda, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe 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 Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe Shyam, 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 Radhe 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 Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe 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 Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe 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 Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Oh, Radhe 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 Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe Shyam, oh, Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Shri Radhe 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 Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe Shyam, 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 Radhe 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 Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. Radhe 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 Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Sachidananda, Swami Vishwananda. 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 Om Mahatarishushaya Namaha, Om Vishwamaya Namaha, Om Devakari Samajataya Namaha, Om Sukshmantanave Namaha, Om Chinmayaya Namaha, Om Guru Mutaye Namaha, Om Sundaraya Namaha, Om Sulochanaaya Namaha, Om Sumukaya Namaha, Om Charvasaya Namaha, Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Padmavijaya Namaha, Om Mandagamanaya Namaha, Om Charvaradarine Namaha, Om Ramaya Namaha, Om Mandirasapakaya Namaha, Om Shridivavachakaya Namaha, Om Gayatri Ajvane Namaha, Om Arpanasvikarakaya Namaha, Om Vishnu Pujakaya Namaha, Om Namo Narayane Mantropasakaya Namaha, Om Swaramaya Namaha, Om Yatrakantaya Namaha, Om Krishna Sankirtana Lorupaya Namaha, Om Stotapiyaya Namaha, Om Itavashine Namaha, Om Bhakpine Namaha, Om Chitrakara Sharadaya Namaha, Om Ratataraya Namaha, Om Sarave Namaha, Om Jagatpantaya Namaha, Om Sarvalokaitaya Namaha, Om Bhaktapriyaya Namaha, Om Suryaya Namaha, Om Anukulaya Namaha, Om Niyaya Namaha, Om Sudarshanaya Namaha, Om Bhaktavatsalaya Namaha, Om Premamuddaye Namaha, Om Shuvikshanaya Namaha, Om Prithivardhanaya Namaha, Om Swastidayakaya Namaha, Om Tarakaya Namaha, Om Anugrahaya Namaha, Om Vardhanaya Namaha, Om Architaya Namaha, Om Artaya Namaha, Om Siddhipradaya Namaha, Om Janardhanaya Namaha, Om Manoharaya Namaha, Om Akshaya Namaha, Om Srishwaraya Namaha, Om Pasmavishitaya Namaha, Om Atmalingaya Namaha, Om Lingachanaprasakaya Namaha, Om Siddhisaranaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Karpasakaya Namaha, Om Sukshmaya Namaha, Om Vishwakaya Namaha, Om Satvikaya Namaha, Om Samadarshine Namaha, Om Dakshaya Namaha, Om Achintyaya Namaha, Om Nirankaraya Namaha, Om Nirmohaya Namaha, Om Avyagraya Namaha, Om Chitakrodaya Namaha, Om Vidashivaya Namaha, Om Svavashaya Namaha, Om Kushalaya Namaha, Om Kshamaya Namaha, Om Satyakarmaya Namaha, Om Nirvikalpaya Namaha, Om Virattaya Namaha, Om Atidraya Namaha, Om Satyasandaya Namaha, Om Pavitraya Namaha, Om Mathurasvabhavaya Namaha, Om Suranandaya Namaha, Om Nandanaya Namaha, Om Prasanatmane Namaha, Om Bhaktanidaye Namaha, Om Sakshaye Namaha, Om Samatmaye Namaha, Om Sadayogine Namaha, Om Haraye Namaha, Om Sutapaya Namaha, Om Somyaya Namaha, Om Bhuyaya Namaha, Om Vimutatmaya Namaha, Om Gabiraya Namaha, Om Guptaya Namaha, Om Atmaramaya Namaha, Om Srinivasaya Namaha, Om Devaya Namaha, Om Yuditaraya Namaha, Om Kanyaya Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha, Om Duradikramaya Namaha, Om Gahanaya Namaha, Om Bhagavate Namaha, Om Harisharanamagadashakaya Namaha, Om Kutastha Jagattakaya Namaha, Om Aviprayaya Namaha, Om Saramata Samityaya Namaha, Om Shamakata Pavartakaya Namaha, Om Premavatara Shri Vishwananda Swamine Namaha. Hatto Deva Avantuno Yato Vishnu Vichakrame Trayasivya Saptadamapihi Hitam Vishnu Vichakrame Tretani Tade Padam Samodamasya Bhagum Sure Trini Pada Vichakrame Vishnu Gopa Atavyaha Hatto Dharmani Dharyane Vishnu Karmani Pashyata Yato Vritani Paspasye Indrasya Yucha Sakaha Tat Vishnoho Paramam Paragum Sada Pashanti Suryaha Tiviva Chakshuratata Tat Vipraso Vipanyavo Chakruvagum Sasamindate Vishnuya Paramam Padam. तन्नो विश्वानन्द प्रचोदयात्। ॐ प्रेमवताय विद्महे सद्गुरुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विश्वानन्द प्रचोदयात्। ॐ प्रेमवताय विद्महे सद्गुरुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विश्वानन्द प्रचोदयात्। ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। श्री कृष्ण विष्णु मधुसूदन कीर्तमाले नारायण अच्युत विक्रम चक्रपाणे नैयादिसाक्षर श्रीधर वासुदेव गोपाल कृष्ण हरये तव सुप्रभातं। श्री रुक्मिणी सभवनाथ हरे मुरारे राधे सगोप स्वरूप प्रणाली वन्द्या श्री द्वारकाष्टय वैकुण्ठपते भुवने कमोते गोपाल देव हरये तव सुप्रभातं। मीनाकृते कमलरूप वरामूर्ते ते विक्रमाय भुवने गुरु राम राम श्रीराम कृष्ण यदुनन्दन काकिरूप गोपाल कृष्ण हरये तव सुप्रभातं। गोविन्द माधव मुकुन्द भरतदेश दामोदर अच्युतर नन्द गदाधीशोरि गो गोप गोपीजन संवृत दीनबन्धो गोपीजन प्रिय हरे तव सुप्रभातं। श्रीराज्य साई भुजगारि प्रताप साई सद्भक्तरु सदन साई रमण साई श्री गोप बाल तल्प शुगार साई गो गोप बाल हरे तव सुप्रभातं। श्री कश्यपात् शुक्र नारद गौतमादि ब्रह्मार्षि संगमनि संगम भारतेषु तिष्ठन्ति देव तव दर्शन भाग्य हेतुः गोपाल शेखर हरे तव सुप्रभातं। मन्दार चारि तुलसीधर मालिकार्याय मायानि अञ्जलि पुते समुदाहरन्ति तिष्ठन्ति त्वत्पवरतारतले मुनीन्द्रः राममनोहर हरे तव सुप्रभातं। एतत्त्रयं पठसि गौतम गानगोयः गायन्ति सद्गुणगणो वरदस्सगाः सङ्कीर्तयन्ति तव नाम कदाविशेषः श्रीनारदादि ऋषयः तव सुप्रभातं। गोवर्धनोद्धरण गोपकिशोर गोप गोपीजनामृत सुवेश भवासि पोत त्रैलोक्यमोहन सुमङ्गल दिव्य देह श्रीरुक्मिणी समरदा तव सुप्रभातं। श्रीवत्स क्षीण शरणागत पारिजात भक्तांति वंदन कृपाकर दीनबन्धो धियं प्रदायसि जनाप्रिय दिव्य रूप श्रीनाथ गोपतनया तव सुप्रभातं। पद्माक्ष पद्ममुख पद्मकर प्रमेय पद्मालय सरित पद्मनिवास शोरि पद्मोपवति सुरसेवित पाद पद्म Chola Supushpahara Nilambuddha Shusharira Rama Vihara Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhata Shri Vaishi Chandravati Satya Sukhamti Patra Shri Mitra Vindra Jiva Samprabhu Putra Tadyate Krishnaji Divya Bhamave Tava Sevanata Gopi Manapriya Hare Tava Suprabhata Shri Krishna Achyutananda Mukunda Shori Radha Manohara Janardana Chakrapane Namani Divya Munayoga Nisambharante Brahmi Muhurta Samaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Suprabhatam Ye Patanji Mahanisa Bodhi Kruta Mahapapa Shri Krishna Graye Tuka Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiraja Govinda Sarva Karana Karana Govinda Mati Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mati Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Chintamani Prakara Sattva Sukha Parisha Dashamiteshu Suravira Vipalayanta Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Samprama Sevyavana Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Enukvanattamaravinda Dagaya Taravatam Samasitam Purasundarangam Pandapakoti Kamariya Vishesha Shobha Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Alola Chandakala Sattvanamaya Vamsi Yadangam Padaya Keli Kala Vilasam Shamanti Bangalaritam Niyatam Prakasham Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vritti Pashanti Panti Karayanti Chiram Chaganti Ananda Chimaya Sarujvara Vigrahasya Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Advaitam Achyutamanariyamam Taropa Adyam Purana Purusham Navayo Manavcha Vedeshu Dulabhamarula Ramattavato Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Antasu Koti Shatavatsara Saprakamyo Vayo Atati Manaso Muni Punkavanam Sopyasti Yatpraparasimya Vichintatve Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Ekopya Sura Chaitum Jagaranda Koti Tyakshaktirasti Jagaranda Chayaya Datta Andantarasta Paramanu Chayatarastya Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Yadhava Bhavina Diyo Manuchastateva Samprapya Rupa Mahimasanayana Bhushaha Shurtiyameva Nigama Prithivestu Manti Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitaves Kaviya Eva Nijarupaya Yakalavihi Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilatma Bhutto Purushantamam bhajami Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena Santa Sadeva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yakshama Sundaram Achintya Guna Swarupam Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Ramani Murti Shukalani Ramena Tishtan Nanavataram Akarot Bhuvaneshu Kirtu Krishna Swayam Samavavat Paramahamsa Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Yasya Prabha Prabharato Jagaranta Koti Kotishvashesha Vasudadi Vibhuti Pinam Tat Pramanishkalamanantamashesha Bhutam Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Maya Yasya Jagananda Shatani Sute Vegunyata Trishaya Veda Vitayamana Sattva-valambi Parasattva Vishura Sattvam Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Ananda Chimaya Rasatmataya Manashu Ya Pranila Pratipalam Smaratam Apetya Lila Itena Bhuvanani Jayata Chastram Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Golokanami Nijadam Vitale Chatasya Devi Maheshwari Lama Suteshu Teshu Tete Prabhava Nijaya Vihita Chayena Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Shishti Siddhi Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Jayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibhati Durga Ishano Rupamapi Yasya Chateksa Teksa Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Shriram Yadadati Vikara Vishesha Yoga Sanjayate Naitata Pratikasti Eto Yasham Bhutama Pitata Samupetikaya Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Diva Shireva Ida Chantaramabhyupetya Dipayate Vividanetu Samanadama Yastadrikeva Ichavishtu-taya Vivati Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam bhajami Yakaranavara Vishateja Yasyandaya Pranatya Samrita Kala Chakro Govinda Mari Purushantamam Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamam Bhajami Damoda Papa Nichaya Dayashtamamsi Ramari Kita Padagavara Yasya Jiva Yata Ramatra Vibhava Prakata Prabhava Govinda Mari Purushantamam Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamam Bhajami Yasindra Gopa Manavintra Mahosakama Vandana Rupa Paravanchana Matanoti Kalmani Niraji Kintu Shavati Bhaja Govinda Mari Purushantamam Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamam Bhajami Yankrola Kama Sahaja Pranayadi Kirti Vatsarya Moha Guru Gaurava Sevya Bhavahe Sanchintya Tanja Sahisintanuma Purete Govinda Mari Purushantamam Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamam Bhajami Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadi Radhi Govinda Sarva Karana Karana Govinda Mari Purushantamam Bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamam Bhajami
Om Agnanadimirandasya Gnana Jana Shalakaya Chakshurunmeditam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Good day and good morning. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and it's the Canto 10, chapter 29, and verse 7. As we know, Canto 10 is Krishna's Lila, mainly. Vastvam dvayi med nityam anandam yam nanu jadi adama vasya rupaya mriyasat abhi udaramapadaha. Without you, my Lord, there is no meaning to my living. I cannot tolerate any miseries for the sake of maintaining my family. But I cannot live in a world with an immoral atmosphere, where the standards of the demons and the devotees are equal. It's a very strong verse. And, you know, I was actually searching for a verse which is not so well known. So when I was searching yesterday evening, I just thought, I'll just take a verse which is not so well known, and let's see what's coming. So clearly, this was the verse Guruji sent me. This was the first verse which came to me. And then I thought, what? So I read it again to you. Without you, my Lord, there is no meaning to my living. I can tolerate any miseries for the sake of maintaining my family, but I cannot live in a world with an immoral atmosphere, where the standards of the demons and the devotees are equal. This is from Kunti. That's what Kunti said. And we know Queen Kunti. She's a strong, very well-known character in the Mahabharata and also in the Srimad Bhagavatam. She's very present. So there is a famous Kunti Stuti, where she offers prayers to Krishna. This is very well known. And also Guruji over the years has spoken often about Queen Kunti. And she is one of these rare figures in the Mahabharata, even facing a lot of suffering. She stands strong in the love to Krishna. And she kept the faith, and that's what she's known until today. And when you go a little bit in the life of Kunti, I think some of you know, some maybe not so know. Even I myself forgot a few things. For example, she's the auntie of Krishna. Yeah, through her birth, she's the sister of King Vasudeva, and therefore she is the auntie of Krishna. That means she had proximity to Krishna from his early childhood onwards. Even she didn't live close by, she was adopted. That means when she was adopted, her parents normally didn't live. And as she came from a noble family, I guess it's not that the family adopted or wanted to get rid of her. No, or whatever happened. I could not find any reference to this, but she was adopted. So I guess that her parents died, and she was sent to a neighbor kingdom, Kunti. Yeah, Kunti Bhuj, it is called. And so she was not grazing up where she was actually born, and that's why it's not so known how and when she saw Krishna as a child, but I assume they had festivities where she saw baby Krishna and small Krishna and so on. So she had a very strong affection to Krishna from early childhood. And we also know she has these boons given to her that she can have a child from any deity she wished to. And she was born with this boon that makes her also quite divine. So it's not a human person. Kunti is born with these divine qualities, so I guess she is also an incarnation of something which I could not find out in this short time. So she, as we know, she married later Pandu. Pandu was cursed, so they could not have children together. Pandu was also very sickly, so for sure it was not a really happy marriage as we think it should be. And that's what is mentioned also in the verse from her. She can tolerate any misery in her own family, but she cannot tolerate if immorality and morality is on the same level. And clearly, when I read the verse and I read it again, I felt, very connected to it. And I felt even mirrored it. And I was reflecting about my own life. And then I thought, my goodness, this is actually one of the things for myself also. And many, many years ago, we were painting with Guruji. It was in the kitchen long time ago in Stephanshof, and we were only 3. And at that time, Guruji didn't give us so much knowledge from the spiritual scripture or from the scriptures itself. He talked always about love. He once in a while introduced us to some characters. So in a way, I can say I had some knowledge, but not very profound. So Guruji was sitting, we were painting, and then suddenly Guruji said out of the blue, "You know Kunti? Kunti, do you know Kunti?" Kunti asked Krishna, "I don't need anything, I don't want anything." She only said, "Please, please give me so much sufferings, troubles, that I will never ever forget you." And we know this is one of the most famous sayings, not only from Kunti in itself, and often when we talk about suffering, why we have to suffer, what is the cause, and so on, we always often refer Kunti as this role model in accepting the suffering. And so for me, because Guruji in a way, introduced me to this verse, which I never heard before, or this saying from Kunti, I never ever forgot. And it went even to a very deeper level that it's true, whenever I think of suffering or I have a difficult time, she comes as my role model. And then I thought, aren't all these figures, even we know they have divine qualities of Narayan himself in all these aspects, aren't these all these role models for us to help? Because everybody of us has these times of deep suffering. And we have also this time of deep joy. And we also know, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, we have, when we reach to this space inside of us, where suffering and joy becomes equal, and then we are suddenly in a trouble, in a very super unpleasant situation, and I'm far away of this. I'm super far away, and then you try to balance it, and what a struggle this is. So I would say, as Kundi says, for family, worldly matters, we can try a little bit to find our inner peace again, but I don't know how much it's worth. But I agree with Kundi very much that for me it's also very difficult to tolerate if Adama and Dharma is on the same level. And I had a spiritual friend, quite close spiritual friend, some years back. And she said to me once, Dakshini, you know what is a problem with you? You are so much everything righteous, that the things should be righteous and this and that, and he said, you know what big hindrance this is? And she said it, she was very honest, she was very direct, which I appreciate a lot, because direct messages are the most honest ones, even they are not so pleasant maybe in the first moment. But then I thought, my goodness, it's actually true. It's really something I have so deep inside of me, and even my name, Dakshini. Of course, it means right and south and has also other meanings, but one meaning is also righteous. So even Guruji gave me this name, Dakshini, which refers to this, that I really can hardly stand it. And I don't know if you have this inside of you, but for me it's like my whole system is rebelling. When I see it, when I feel it, when I feel that something is not right. So I act in different ways. I can act in a very different way. I can act very direct. I can act through suffering silently. I can react also emotionally, which I realized quite recently, that I had an emotional outburst out of the blue. Even, yes, I was very peaceful 2 hours before. So, but when something is not righteous in my feeling, in my sense, something is rebelling. And now this verse came to me from this verse from Kundi, and then I clearly knew this Guruji gave me. Exactly in that moment, I could feel it, because I had a deeper issue of something is not right, something is going off. What can I do? What possibilities do I have? So we are faced with this, This we always, when we face with situations which we feel something is off, we have to reflect on it, and we reflect, of course, on our possibilities. And I realized I have not much possibilities. I have not much possibilities to change the situation. I can reflect on it. I can try to equal something more in my side to accept my suffering. But I have not much possibilities. I just have to take it and see what I can change. But now Guruji gave me this possibility to talk here and say, okay, this is the way I can give it back. And, it's also remind me of a situation, actually of two situations these days. One was, there was a satsang during the Darshan days. Mainly Madajis came because the Prabhus had Darshan. So Rishika Triambakeshwari and myself, we had a satsang. And it was beautiful because so many women came. And the questions they asked were very good. And I said to them, look, your questions are really good. Please ask Guruji this question. And I said it to especially one person. I was like, boy, this is a question. And I said, please ask this question. And she said, no. And I realized, okay, this is actually the situation. They themselves decided they will not go that far, but they find now a pool where they can express. Another lady, she had this question for suffering, how to bear suffering and how to do it, and how it was the first idol for me, Kundi. So I referred to Kundi and that she asked for this and so on, and we spoke about it. And soon after, I was faced myself with a very deep suffering of unrighteous versus righteousness. So I thought, I gave tips to somebody and this, I said this and this, and then I felt so much of myself, and I thought, how can I give advices to somebody or to so many, and I myself don't do it. And I myself fall like in a fraction of a second. Yeah, so still I'm confronted with this verse, and I'm confronted with this situation also to talk about it. And the second situation I had, which also is actually in connection with this verse, is that Guruji called all the residents spontaneously during New Year's Eve, very spontaneously. And I tell you, in the situation I decided that evening to have a quiet evening. I had no duties anymore. I had nothing actually specifically to do. I went in a quiet space in myself. I was starting, let's say, feeling comfortable in my space of just not appearing on the scene. And in that moment where I was accepting that I will not appearing on the scene, being quietly with myself, which I love myself anyway, a lot. Those who know me know this very well. I opened my laptop, and the first message is what I read: Guruji is calling all residents now. And I was angry. I threw my laptop. I was closing the mouse. I throw on my bed and said, "No, Guruji, how dare you are!" And he didn't want to give me this space. And I knew I have to go. I knew it. Okay, fraction of a second, getting my clothes ready, going to the place he called us to go. And I knew, you sit in the first row. He told you before, once, this is your place, you sit there. In a different way he told me, but I thought, whatever, I sit there. And I accepted the situation. Then Guruji came, oh no, I didn't give you a Christmas gift, but now, and it didn't come, it was delayed. So how Guruji is. Huh? And he was very sweet, he was super sweet, we all melt. I don't know in which mood others were, but I melted, like all the others, I guess, melted. And then he asked us, what did you do actually before you were spiritual on New Year's Eve? So he wanted to know, he tweeted about this, what everybody did in the countries, and he was, So I already asked Guruji, don't ask me. It was the first thing, yes, you can ask everybody, please don't ask me, because it was clearly sitting there. So he asked everybody, and then I thought it's over, and then said, Dakshini, how did you spend your New Year's Eve? So, oh my God. Okay, clearly I need to take the mic. I have to say something. I didn't know in that moment how I spent my New Year's Eve. And I just said something, shared some alcohol stories before, and then I thought maybe I just say something with this. And actually now it comes the bridge to that verse. I said, we had some alcohol. I had some alcohol, but I was not interested in it really. Like, you do all these things because everybody's doing it, you think it's normal, but it was really not important. And in that moment, I was looking to Guruji and he looked back. And we know that is not always happening when you give a talk next to Guruji. He looks away, or sometimes he shows he's very disinterested or whatever. But in that way, he looked, our eyes met, and he had this sweet smile on his face, which he confirmed, yes, I know you were not interested. And actually, it's not only the alcohol I was not interested. I was not interested in many things. Even I went to the disco, I had great joy. I had great joy, many beautiful evenings in dancing until 4, 5 o'clock in the evening, like everybody else. But the next day I was empty like everybody else. Even without alcohol, I was empty. And I realized, because of this suffering already at that time, and I had it already in my childhood, that I had this disinterest. And I thought my New Year's Eve were very boring. That's what I said. I think it was pretty boring. Actually, it was not so boring what I did, because I remember afterwards I reflected when I was out of this situation that every New Year's Eve I tried to do something different than the year before. But I could not remember that. So I tried really every time to be somewhere else with different people, different situation, but I was still bored because I could not even remember. Now, because it's so long time ago, 25 years ago, I was bored. And I was also felt very uncomfortable when the Adharma and the Dharma was on the same stage. So when I was in the disco, I was watching the people. Even, sometimes I was just dancing that I didn't have to look what I saw. Or at parties. I was also at parties. I myself gave parties also. Rarely, but I did. But when this was when I felt something is off, I'm feeling not really, this is something satisfying me. This is where I had a problem. And luckily enough, because I was reflecting about this opened the door to be so early in my life on the spiritual path. That's why I started art therapy, which is spiritual study. I met the first guru. I went to India. I was already very much open and observing. And this is why I met Guruji so open, because I was very, very actively on the search to find out what is actually the way of living and what is a dharmic life. What is it? So, going back to Kunti, I didn't pray to Krishna, I didn't pray to Guruji to have as much troubles as I could, to not forget him, to not forget Krishna, but I deeply understand what she means. And when we have this time of suffering on a very deep level, to take her as our role model. And everybody is going through these phases. They are meant for us to go in a deeper level inside of us. Jai Gurudev.
छोटे छोटे गैया छोटे छोटे घाट 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 छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल हरि छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल हरि छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल हरि छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल छोटे छोटे गैया छोटे छोटे घाट 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 छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल हरि छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल हरि छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल आगे आगे गैया पीछे पीछे घाट 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 पीछे में मेरो मदन गोपाल हरि पीछे में मेरो मदन गोपाल पीछे में मेरो मदन गोपाल हरि पीछे में मेरो मदन गोपाल छोटे छोटे गैया छोटे छोटे घाट 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 छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल हरि छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल हरि छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल हरि छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatitraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangalame Yatitraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangalame Prapatida Megarataya Mangala Mangalame Prapatida Megarataya Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Sare Grama Pratishthitaya Mangala Mangalame Sare Grama Pratishthitaya Mangala Mangalame Trinandatharina Gunagrajaya Mangala Mangalame Trinandatharina Gunagrajaya Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Range Sakyankaryarataya Mangala Mangalame Range Sakyankaryarataya Mangala Mangalame Mananataya Tarinataya Mangala Mangalame Mananataya Tarinataya Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja te tanaka. Om Jai Jagadish Hare. Mata Pita तुम मेरे शरण ग्रहण में किसकी स्वामी शरण ग्रहण में किसकी तुम बिना और न दूजा तुम बिना और न दूजा आशा कर में किसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी हमें तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी कृपा करो करता ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम ओ एक गोचा सबके प्राणपति स्वामी सबके प्राणपति इस विधि मिलो दया में इस विधि मिलो कृपा में तुमको मैं कुमति ओम जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम्हारा शक मेरे स्वामी तुम्हारा शक मेरे करुणा हाथ बढ़ाओ करुणा हाथ बढ़ाओ शरण पदा तेरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटाओ पापा रो देवा स्वामी पापा रो देवा सदा भक्ति बढ़ाओ सदा प्रेम बढ़ाओ संतन की सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे तन मन धन सब के तेरा स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा तेरा तुझको अर्पण तेरा तुझको अर्पण क्या लगे मेरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संग रास जनों के संग क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे मन जाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला जाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला जाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला जाकर राखो जी मन जाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला जाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला जाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला जाकर राखो जी जाकर राखो जाकर राखो जाकर राखो जी जाकर राखो जाकर राखो जाकर राखो जी माने जाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला जाकर राखो जी श्याम मने जाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला जाकर राखो जी गोविंद मने जाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला जाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला जाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला जाकर राखो जी त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय विद्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति 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 लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति 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 Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. प्रेम से बोलो श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की, श्री भूतभृतेश्वर नरसिम्हा भगवान की, श्री राधा कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की, अवतार कन्हैया बाबू जी की, श्री रमणोचार्य की, प्रेम से बोलो सद्गुरुदेव श्री स्वामी विश्वानंद महाप्रभु की। ओम भीम कृष्णाय गोविंदाय गोपीजनवल्लभाय हराय परमपुरुषाय पारकर्म मंत्रे तंत्र हुषतास्त्रस्त्राय समराय समराय विजो विजय विजय। ओम नमो भगवते महासुदर्शनाय नित्यज्वलप्रिताय सर्वजीवना हुपत् परस्मै परब्रह्मणे परमज्योतिषे स्वाहा। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम। जय जय श्री राम।